It's now time for Gwen and Chris to rank their top 5 of the day.
Gonna grip and rip as usual.
But this isn't just a regular top 5 list.
I love it. It sounds sadistic, but I love it.
This is the countdown. And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. There's some crazy things that happen statistically and otherwise in Major League Baseball. And I started in with this yesterday. One of the conversations Tony and I was having about something got me thinking, what are the craziest 5 baseball oddities we can think of? So Scraby and I came up with them, and we're going to share a bunch of them with you. Are you ready to go, sir?
Yes, but I would like to read the happy hour. Is brought to you by
Go ahead.
Geo Pools. I was just making sure you haven't read it yet. Happy Hour is brought to you by Geo Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pools sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call Geo Pools now and say radio for a free month of service. I think
you did tell me to read that when we came back, and I failed to do it.
No, it's okay. I just didn't want to repeat. But
All
yes,
right, let's go.
I'm ready.
What's your number 5 strange baseball stat or
Number 5.
All right.
What you
My number 5 strange baseball stat is Stan Musial. I don't know much about him. I know he's a great baseball player.
Stan the Man, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yes,
the greatest, one of the great St. Louis Cardinal, one of the great left-handed hitters in the history of the sport.
But Stan Musial retired with the exact same amount of hits at home and on the road. He retired with 3,630 hits, 1,815 at home, 1,815 on the road. You couldn't try to do that if you set out to do that, or you couldn't accomplish that if you even set out to do it.
Do you think Carlton Fisk tried to do this? The Hall of Fame catcher hit 188 home runs at home and 188 on the road.
That's crazy too.
So those are similar. But
Was that your number 5?
No.
Okay.
I'm just piggybacking on your number 5.
Gotcha.
Number 5 for me, I'm going to go with Warren Spahn. Warren Spahn's a Hall of Fame left-hander, pitched for the Milwaukee Braves, and mostly the Milwaukee Braves. He had 363 wins. He used to have the record for lefties for overall most wins. I don't think anybody's passed him.
Let me look.
That I wasn't paying attention.
No, it's still him.
Yeah. Warren Spahn had 363 wins. Here's the crazy thing. In his long, spectacular career, he also had exactly 363 hits. He had 357 of those wins and hits as a Brave. He had 4 more wins and hits as a Met, and he finished up with 3 more hits and wins playing for the last team he played with, which was, let's see, I had it memorized and now I forgot.
So you're telling me
Braves, Mets, Giants.
So you're telling me this guy had exactly the same amount of hits as wins in each stop.
357 of each with Boston Braves, Milwaukee Braves, 4 of each with the Mets, 3 of each with the Giants. And just for fun, in the postseason, Warren Spahn had 4 wins. And guess what? 4 more hits.
That is insane.
That's hard to imagine.
It really is. That is crazy.
Warren Spahn. I said Spain. Warren Spahn.
Number 4.
Number 4, what do you got?
This one is one of my favorites of all.
All right. What is it?
And it is about a guy who, Chris Davis, hit 247, had a 247 batting average for 4 straight seasons. And I'm not talking about like the 25 at bats, 30 at bats. This guy had 3 of those 4 seasons with over 600 at bats.
Yeah.
The other one was over 400. Again, you couldn't try to do this if you set out for it. 247 in 4 straight years.
It's unbelievable. I mean, that is incredible.
That is.
Chris Davis, spelled Khris, by the way. He was a DH for the A's, mostly. There's no way anybody could have
blows me away every time I see
it. You
it.
could never have the same batting average 4 years in a row, but he did.
Yeah.
Number 4 for me is one that if you were with us yesterday, I mentioned, but I still can't get over it. The all-time record for most grand slams hit in one season is 6. And that record is held by 2 players. One is Travis Hafner. We're not going to worry about him in this particular note. The other one is the great Don Mattingly, former manager for Tony Gwynn Jr.
Yeah.
Don Mattingly hit 6 grand slams as a Yankee in 1987. That's the all-time single-season record. Here's the rub. Don Mattingly never hit a grand slam before that or after that.
Wow. So that one season, he sets the record and never does it again.
He never did it again, and he had never done it before.
Wow. Do you know
Don
what
Mattingly,
season that was in his career?
Yes, it was the 6th season. So he had 5 years without one, then had 6, and then played 9 more years without one.
Wow.
That's
you
gotta
would
be
think
a
at
strange
least
one.
once in 9 years.
Got 6, all of them in the same season.
That
Don
is
Mattingly,
crazy.
that's a crazy
I think Tony calls him Don Money.
No, Donnie Baseball.
Oh, Donnie Baseball, that's it.
Donnie
I don't know,
Baseball.
where did I get Don Money from?
Don Money's an old infielder that Tony played with as well.
Oh, all right. Well, at least I'm somewhere close to it.
A little bit.
My number 3, we're listing some our favorite crazy stats from baseball.
Mhm.
Only 0.01% of batters Greg Maddux faced saw a 3-0 count. He faced 20,421 batters in his career. Only 310 of those batters saw a 3-0 count.
And I think some of those were on an intentional walk.
177 were intentional walks.
So you can take out half of the ones. Because,
So basically 170 something.
yeah, half of them were because he did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Back in
only
those,
0.01%.
he had good control.
That is
Greg Maddux had
insane.
great control. All right, let's go. My number 3 is going to be with one of Greg Maddox's teammates, Hall of Famer Tom Glavine. I didn't know this one. This is pretty weird. Tom Glavine's career started in 1987 at the age of 21 with the Atlanta Braves. Tom Glavine went 2-4 that year with a 5.54 ERA. Pretty nondescript season to begin his career. He then pitched for 21 years with the Braves and the Mets, and he won over 300 games. In 2008, Tom Glavine came back to the Braves at the age of 42. He finished his final season with a record of 2-4 and an ERA of 5.54. 22 years apart, he had the exact same stats.
Yeah. And again, ERA is one of those things you cannot really manipulate.
Not really. You can't manipulate. Yeah. 2-4 with a 5.54.
You have to face the same amount of batters and the same amount of outs and
almost. Glavine, that's crazy, and I did not know that one.
That is crazy.
All
the
right.
Braves had a pretty good trio of pitchers.
Yeah, Smoltz was pretty good too. Yeah.
Number 2.
Now, this one is just crazy because of the feat that they reached.
Okay.
And they did it back to back. April 13th, 2009, Paul Konerko and Jermaine Dye each hit their 300th career home run back to back. It was the first and only time teammates hit the century milestone homers in the same game, let alone back to back. Both hit their 300th home run, and that home run was the second of the season. So that is crazy. That was a lot. That was a lot to take in. Both of them hit 300 home runs, but they hit them back to back.
Jermaine Dye went first, and Paul Konerko, after everybody celebrated Jermaine Dye's 300th home run, Paul Konerko came up and he hit his.
And everybody was like,
Pretty
who
weird.
cares about you? We already celebrated.
This is not one of my countdown, but BJ Upton and Justin Upton, brothers, as you know,
Yes.
both hit their 99th home run on the same day, career, different teams. Then, about a week and a half later, they both hit their 100th home run on the same day. That's
That is
almost
weird.
impossible.
It really is weird.
But so is this. And here's my number 2. The brothers Niekro. And if you've been listening to the show a long time, you probably heard this one before. But if you haven't, I think it's crazy. Phil Niekro, Joe Niekro. They both pitched over 20 years in the major leagues. They both won over 200 games. Phil actually won over 300. And so they're the winningest brother duo of all time. Phil's in the Hall of Fame. Joe was just short of a Hall of Fame status. Not really, Hall of Fame, but a really good pitcher. Joe Niekro was not a great hitter. And over 1,165 at-bats, over a 22-year career, Joe Niekro hit exactly 1 home run. Unbelievably, it came on May 29th, 1976 against Phil Niekro. That's crazy.
I love that.
And for people to say, well, Phil served him up, just gave him one.
Yeah, right. The brothers.
Well, that and the fact that Joe won the game 4-3. So that
Okay.
home run was the difference in the game. I doubt Phil served that up.
No, I mean, you wouldn't. That you hold that over your brother's head forever.
Yeah, I had Phil Necro on my show many years ago, and I asked him about it.
What do you say?
He says he's just always had to wear it. Like it was just one of those amazing things.
It's like, yeah, that is great. I love that. All right, my
On to number
one.
one. What do you got? You got something to beat that?
Yeah, I think a lot of people know about this one, but it's still incredible, and it has a little spot in our heart. But Tony Gwynn would have hit above 300 for his entire career, even if he went 0 for his last 1,183 at bats. That's crazy.
He basically could have gone 0 for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
500 and some one year, 500 and some the next year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
would
would have still been over 300 for his career. That's
Yeah.
how many hits he had.
That is a great one. Alongside that one, did you know Ichiro opened his career 3 for 10, which is 300, and then was never below 300 the rest of his career.
Oh, wow.
But Tony's is good. All right, here's the first one. This is not a statistic, but this is going to blow you away, I believe. I've heard the story before, but I totally had forgotten about it until today. This truly happened on August 17th, 1957. Philadelphia Phillies Hall of Fame outfielder Richie Ashburn was at the plate. Sitting in the stands behind the third base dugout was a lady by the name of Alice Roth. Her husband was named Earl Roth. He was the
Earl.
Yeah, old Earl. Earl was the sports editor of the Philadelphia Bulletin, which covered the games. Earl was up in the press box. His wife, Alice, was sitting down there behind the third base dugout with her 2 young grandsons. Richie Ashburn fouled off a pitch that struck poor Alice Roth.
Oh, no.
It broke her nose.
Oh, no.
And it caused bleeding. Medics rushed over to the scene. There was a big delay in the action because of the commotion here, right? They had to get Alice.
It's like your wife in the gondola. There's a commotion.
There was a big commotion. Alice was, laid out. They put her on her stretcher and began carrying her off the field, out the tunnel as the game continued. The very next pitch, Richie Ashburn fouled off and hit her again on the stretcher as she was being carried out.
Oh, that is great.
There's no way that could happen.
And if it would be even better if it hit her in the nose. I'm sorry to say better. But
according to some accounts, they say the second one broke her leg or knee, but that is not official.
Confirmed?
The confirmed was the first one. Confirmed is that the second one hit her. According to this statistic here, the odds of a fan being hit by a foul ball are about 300,000 to 1. The odds of hitting the same person and twice in 2 consecutive pitches have to be a little higher than that.
That's like, I mean, I hate to laugh, but that is hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious.